Mr. Ince, you are here today because the state has charged you with 3 counts of giving a worthless check. A level 9 non-person felony.
I've been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, bone cancer, and right now I'm not doing anything but taking treatments and under bed rest.
How old are you, sir?
78 years old.
78 years old.
Today, in Judge Webster's court, we have an arraignment hearing that left me in tears. The defendant is 78 years old and he is charged with 3 counts of writing a bad check. One of those counts is a felony. I'm sure once you hear his story, you will leave this video in tears, too. So get your tissues ready and let's get into the video.
Who is the gentleman at the Greenwood County Courthouse? Sir, what is your name, please?
His name is Marvin Ince.
Marvin Ince. Okay. And who is with him?
I'm his daughter, Nona.
Thank you.
And just to let you know, he is very hard at reading. So we have the closed captions on, so it takes him a minute to read.
Your Honor, I am hearing impaired.
Okay. So you need apparently captions. Are you getting the captions you need?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you hear me, Mr. Ince?
I can read.
All right. We will be on the record in the 13th Judicial District, Greenwood County, Kansas. This is case number 2021 CR 35, State of Kansas versus Marvin D. Ince. The state appears by and through County Attorney Jill Gillette. Mr. Ince, the defendant, appears in person and pro se with the aid of captioning for the hearing impaired. Mr. Ince, you are here today because the state has charged you with 3 counts of giving a worthless check. These 3 charges all go back to the month of November 2019. The first one is a felony because the amount of the check written was in the amount of $1,000. Under Kansas law, a check between the amounts of $1,000 and $25,000 becomes what is called a level 9 non-person felony. That means that if a person charged with giving a felony worthless check were to be convicted, he could be given a sentence anywhere from 5 months up to 17 months in the Kansas Department of Corrections, commonly known as prison. Of course, probation might be an option depending on your criminal history, if any. A person could also be ordered to pay up to $100,000 in fines in addition to the amount of the check and what's called a service charge, as well as court costs. Do you have any questions so far about count 1?
Your Honor, I tried every way to get that man paid, and he would not cooperate with me. And I have 2 texts on my old phone where I texted him and told him to cash. I had to give him some hold checks on a pasture deal. And I got 2 texts. My daughter's got the old phone that shows where I texted him and told him to cash the check on the day he was supposed to, that the money was there. And I didn't hear from him. I called him later and he said, I don't want to cash them now. I want to cash them later and get a pile of money all at once. Well, I was trying to run a semi truck and generate some money, and that money slipped out of that account.
All right, excuse me, sir. What you are saying might amount to a defense on this charge. Sounds like you're saying you wrote basically a post-dated check. The person you're talking about, was it a Terry Hart? Are you talking about
Terry Hart, yes, Terry
All right.
Hart.
All right, well, the state says that Terry Hart is the person in count 1 that you wrote check number 6010 off the RCB Bank. Then in count 2, they're saying you wrote a check number 6012 off that same account. Let's see. No,
Can I,
the first one on November 4th, 2019, and then count 2, November 20th, 19 to Terry Hart. But this one they said was in the amount of $618.43, making it a Class A misdemeanor, which means if convicted, you could serve up to a year in the county jail and pay a fine up to $2,500. In count 3, they're saying you wrote a third check on December 11th, 2019 to Terry Hart, check number 6014, drawn on the same bank, in the amount of $550, making that also a Class A non-person misdemeanor, punishable by up to a year in the county jail and a fine of $1,000. Do you understand what they're saying you did? Not do you agree with it, but do you understand what they're accusing you of? Giving you 3 worthless checks to Terry Hart. Do you understand that's what they're saying you did?
can I tell the story from the very beginning?
Not today. You will get a chance. Today, I need to first find out if you understand what they're claiming you did wrong.
They're just asking the 3 checks. Did you write them?
No, I'm not
I
asking
wrote
if you
the, I
them.
wrote the,
Hang on.
Understand the
I
charges.
am not asking.
Well,
if
no,
you
no,
wrote
I'm
them.
sorry. Do you understand the charges?
yeah,
That if you're found guilty, this could happen.
I understand.
You do or you do not. You don't have to agree with it. You just need to know what they're saying you did wrong, whether you did it or not. This is what they say you did.
Your Honor, I don't agree with it, but I do know what you told me, Your Honor.
All right. Now then, you're telling what you've told me so far may or may not amount to a defense. So you'll want to talk to an attorney about that who can help you. And are you able to hire an attorney, or do you need to apply for court-appointed attorney?
No. No,
He
I need-
needs to apply for a court-appointed attorney, please.
All right. What is your monthly income at this time, Mr. Ants?
right now, my monthly income is very, very low. I get $925 Social Security, and all but about 200 of it goes to pay an old trucking debt. And right now I'm shut down. I've been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, bone cancer, and right now I'm not doing anything but taking treatments and under bed rest.
How old are you, sir?
58 years old.
78 years old.
78. Okay. And where do you live? What town?
I live with my brother now in Heston.
Heston. All right. We're going to appoint an attorney, but you and your daughter need to call back to my office on Friday so Missy can tell you the name of that attorney and how to get a hold of the attorney.
Okay, thank you.
And then I need you and that attorney to reappear by Zoom for your next court date. And Missy's going to tell us what that will be right now.
I believe these are misdemeanor charges.
No, the first one's a felony. Just felony. It's charged as such anyway.
Okay. May 12th at 1:30.
Okay, so you need to be back here by Zoom, May 12th at 1:30. But call here Friday to find out who your attorney is. And then you and your attorney have a telephone call or meeting by May 12th at 1:30 to decide how you want to proceed on these charges.
You proceed.
So we're gonna call on Friday
Yeah.
to find out who the attorney is that's gonna help. And then we'll have another court date on May 12th at 1:30, okay?
And does he appear on summons or bond today?
Judge, it's a bond. He didn't initially appear back in 21. This is an old case that had been filed a long time ago. And it has sat out there with his warrant because someone didn't want to go serve him for a while.
Okay. I see now that he did in Harvey County sign an appearance bond and put up $1,000, it looks like.
Harvey didn't want to serve any of the warrant stuff sooner.
I see. All right, so we have your bond set, you have your court date, and you're going to call Friday to get your attorney. So Ms. Gillette, is there anything else on this case that we need to address?
I can't think of anything, Judge.
Mr. Entz, do you have anything else you want to address today? I know you want to tell the whole story, but you'll do that after you talk to your attorney.
I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna call Friday and get you with your attorney. So we're gonna come back on May 12th at 1:30 with your attorney by computer like this. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you, folks. Mr. Entz is excused at this time. You may go.
All right. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your help. Appreciate you helping us out.